when I was 12, my dad and the doctor and my teacher at school all came into agreement that there was something wrong with my eyes and I needed to wear glasses. And because I was too young to know better, I just went along with whatever they were saying is, oh, well, that must be something I need, right? But I didn't know because I was 12, right? And when Eric and I came together in covenant, one of the first things that we did was to get rid of those glasses and the contacts. And I was like, I don't need these. I'm perfect. Everything about me is perfect. And Eric said to me at one point, he said, well, you don't really need those. So let's just get rid of them. We agreed that you're right. I don't need them. That this was a lie of the enemy and I don't need them. I can see perfectly fine. And it's been this process of renewing my mind to this fact, because from 12 to 48 years old, I thought that I needed glasses, right? So I thought that there was something wrong with my eyes from 12 to 48, right? So that's a long time that you were in agreement with something that you now have to rewrite your brain. Because when I'd get home from work, I'd take my contacts out and walk around the house and not be able to see everything clearly. And at that time I was saying they're mine, right? My contacts. And even sometimes I would say I took my eyes out. Dumb things that I was saying because I didn't know better. And so my brain got trained that when you're in the house, you can walk around without glasses or contacts and it's fine. And when you go out in public, then you put on the glasses and contacts, right? So that's how my brain was trained. And so it's been this process of having to retrain my brain that, no, I'm fine. I can see just fine. And it's actually really funny because there's times that when I'm in the house, my eyes will act exactly like that. That they'll act like they can't see stuff in the house, and I'll go step outside, and then all of a sudden I can see again. So it's the brain. It's a trick of the brain saying that you need something, but you really don't because there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
Anytime something comes up, you tell it to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just demons.
It's just demons. The only reason we don't know that is because we've been looking at it the wrong way for so long that we've believed the lie that was true, that this world that we know it, this way that they have told us, we've believed that that's true.
Yeah.
When I got up, I realized Ruach HaKodesh said to me, this is the question you asked earlier today. And I asked this question. I said, what is it that I am not getting? What is it that I am not understanding? How do I finish off this testimony of how you restored my eyes? Because I know that it's done. I know all these truths. I know all these things. So what is it that I am not getting? Because there is something in my brain that I am not hearing. And what I told you guys before I got up, and Ruach HaKodesh said, this is what you missed, is you're still not looking at it through my eyes. You're not looking at it through Yahweh's eyes to this world. You still keep claiming that something needs to be fixed. I already fixed it. It's already done. It was finished. And when you had your friends lay hands on you in Rwanda, when the stigmatism demon got kicked out of your eyes, so did everything else. So did the nearsighted demon get kicked out of your eyes when they laid hands on you, because I restore everything. I restored everything all at the same time. You've already had your healing. You've already had your deliverance. You just still keep thinking there's something wrong. And I was like, So I'm telling you like what I'm hearing at the exact same time, like as this is happening. So we get this is the fullness of it, is we already got the miracle. We already have the truth. We already have the miracle. We already have the deliverance that we need. We already have the healing that we need, because it's deliverance, right? The restoration of the flesh has already been delivered. We already have it. We just have to stop saying that we have a problem and acknowledge it's mine. It's already done. I have it. It's mine. Thank you, Yeshua, that you have already taken care of this. This is finished.
Thank you, Yeshua. You've taken care of us from bottom to top.
Yes. And as we've been talking since I got up, my eyes are getting clearer and clearer every second. Like I can feel them changing. And like they were starting to water earlier, and like I was feeling the strain of trying to look at things, and they are feeling so much better right now. Because it's already done. It's already finished. Yeshua already made us perfect and complete in every way. We have to stop declaring that there's a problem. We have to stop saying that we're missing something or we need something, because Yeshua gave us everything already. And when Yahweh looks at us, he says, I don't know what you're asking for because you're already complete. There is nothing wrong with you. I already made you perfect. This is the answer to how I said, how do I look past the blister?
Yeah.
Because that was, I think I probably told you this already, Jehoiakim, but that was one of the things that Yeshua said to me when I had gotten a blister, is how do I see that it's finished? And Yeshua said, look past the blister. And I did not understand what that meant. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. How do I not see what I see? Right? This is how we look past the blister, is we look at ourself as Yahweh looks at us. And Yahweh said, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. You're a being of light and you are made just like me. You are made in my image and you look like my son, Yeshua. You look like my kin, Yeshua. And Yeshua and I look like one. We're one and the same. So you look like us. That's what I see. I see you just like me. I can't see anything wrong with you. And we have to look at ourselves in that same perspective and say, can't see anything wrong with me. There isn't anything wrong with me. Yeshua made me perfect. I have everything I need. I have all the funding I need. I have all the people I need. I have all the resources I need. I have all the perfection of my body I need. I have all the strength. He said, your eyes can't dim because I made them perfect. So your eyes will never dim because they can't dim.
Yeah.
Right? It's impossible for there to be anything actually wrong with you, because I already transferred you into the kingdom of light. So you were already made perfect. That's spectacular. And here's another way I know that it's true, is because I had this exact same conversation, almost word for word, in Rwanda when the stigmatism demon got kicked out of my eyes. I had a dream that night and could see clearly. The dream showed me that I could see clearly. And Ruach HaKodesh said to me, quit looking through your own eyes and look through my eyes to the world. Same conversation, right? I got up the next morning and I couldn't see clearly. So I was like, well, what is going on, right? I didn't know demons could put a veil in front of your face. And I didn't know my brain had to come in agreement with this, right?
Yep.
So I thought maybe there was still something wrong with me. But I was like, okay, but I'm not wearing glasses today because Yeshua said I'm restored. So I didn't put my glasses on that day. I was teaching that day. And I went down to breakfast and I told my friends, I said, look, this is what Yeshua said. We have to look through Yeshua's eyes at the world. And he said it's done and it's finished. And we need to look at everything from Yeshua's eyes. And one of my friends said, how do I do that? And I said, I have no idea, but I'm going to try.
Is this where you met David?
Yannick. Yeah. And so I went the entire day. I did not ever put glasses on. I did not put contacts in the entire day. And I was preaching. I was standing in front of the room preaching. And people were coming out of the crowd. Their face was like coming up to my face and I could see their face clearly. And they never moved. The physical people never moved. But I saw their faces like being brought to my face so I could see them. And I could see them perfectly clear. Every wrinkle, every spot, every smile, like everything. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. I don't understand what's happening. I have no idea. But what I was seeing, besides the physical things, I was seeing their character. I was seeing how Yahweh made them and the perfection of them, the complete perfection of them. And I met one particular guy, and at lunchtime, he came up to me and was talking to me. And I was like, well, let's sit down and talk. We got to eat lunch. So let's sit and talk. And he was all like super shy. And he's like, but you're the teacher and you're going to sit with me and eat lunch? And I'm like, whatever, we're just humans, right? We're all the same. We're all the same humans. I'm just telling you what I know. And the whole time I was seeing the perfect human that Yahweh made in him. And the next day he came and he visited me at the center that we were at and spent like several hours with me. And I was telling him what Yeshua was telling me and ministering to him and prophesying over his life. And I was like, wow, that was like super cool. And the whole time there were just these things that were being highlighted of perfection. And I couldn't see anything around us at all. Like, I was like, yeah, I think there's some trees over there, but they look like giant green blobs. Like, I can't see it. But I was walking around. I was standing on this truth that I don't need glasses anymore. I don't need contacts anymore. I can see. Yeshua said my eyes were fixed. So had this great conversation with him. Then a day or two later, we were out in the city and I had put the contacts in because my eyes still hadn't adjusted and I didn't understand why. And because the why was I thought there was something still wrong. Not because there was anything wrong, but because I wasn't understanding what Yeshua said when he said, turn your eyes around and look at it from my perspective, right? I didn't get it. I did not understand it. And I knew that the stigmatism was a demon. I didn't yet know that nearsightedness was a demon. Which, of course, they're the same.
All invented.
Right?
They're all invented in the 16th century, all these diseases, and later.
Right.
That, because they know the witchcraft.
But I didn't know it yet. So my truth that I had was hindering my experience, right? We're out in the city and we went to go eat lunch and we're sitting at this table. There's a whole bunch of us. We're sitting at this table and this guy walks in and waves at us and says, hi. And I feel like I've never seen this guy before, ever. And I'm like, okay, so just some Rwandan. I wonder who knows him, right? Yeah. He's saying hi to people, and then someone says, hi, Yannick. And I'm like, wait, no, that's not Yannick. That's not who I talked to the other day. Look completely different. The only thing that was the same was he was black and he was a guy.
Yeah.
That was it. Everything else was different. And like I had to explain it to him later because he thought I was insulting him because I had no idea who he was. I didn't have a clue because that day when I had met him, the 2 days that I had talked to him, I was seeing through Yeshua's eyes and I got to see him as Yeshua made him in his perfection. And so I didn't have a clue who this person was. Like literally people had to tell me that it was the same guy I'd been talking to.
So in other words, you kicked out the nystigmatism demon, but not at that time the nearsight demon. So you couldn't see him correctly physically, but you saw his character. I think is what you're saying.
And I saw his character. I saw how Yahweh made him. And the physical thing that I was seeing, I now know was the perfect human that Yahweh made him in that fullness of perfection. So when our eyes are restored in Yeshua, that is our proof, our evidential experience as to the fact that you can't see evil. You can't see the sickness and the disease anymore because I couldn't see the way he saw himself. I could only see him the way Yeshua saw him as perfect.
And then 2 days later, he comes back and you see him differently.
Yep, because I put the glasses back on.
She didn't.
I put the veil back on.
Yep. She didn't stand on truth. She
didn't stand on the truth because I thought I still needed something. And so I put the glasses back on thinking that there was something still wrong that needed to be fixed. But there wasn't. There wasn't anything wrong that needed to be fixed. Yeshua had restored everything because he already paid for it when he was impaled. So there was nothing more to do but me come into agreement with this, that it was finished. But because I didn't have enough truth, I still believed part of the lie. So when I put the veil back on of the glasses, then I saw him now the way that the world saw him, the way he saw himself, the way the world saw him, the way the devil had told him he looks. And he looked very different, very different. And I was like, Yahweh, I don't understand. I don't get it. But I'm understanding it now. As we've been talking, we've learned enough truth. Now I get it. Is we can't look at situations. I have to retract what I said before. Is we can't acknowledge problems. We can't acknowledge any lie of the devil. We have to only acknowledge the truth of Yeshua. And Yeshua freed us of the curse. He made us perfect. He made us complete. And that's what we have to declare.